Hey guys, so today we are going to do a seated stretching sequence. Start on your knees and begin to tilt your head from left to right while actively pressing your shoulders down. After you've done that for just about 10 times, I want you to grab onto one side of your head and press down while actively pressing your shoulder down as well. Using the straight arm, flex the hand that is closest to your glute. If you want to take this stretch just a little bit deeper, instead of flexing the hand, you can actually place it in between your thigh and your foot and sit on it. That creates a lot more tension when you're pressing your head in the opposite direction. Begin to rotate your head from side to side, creating half circles. Do this about 10 times. Moving on to all fours, we're going to do our cat and cow sequence. Make sure that your knees are about hips width distance apart, and I want you to snake your head up and then contract your head and your entire spine down. This is a really good dynamic warm-up for the spine. On your inhales, arch up, and on your exhales, contract. Next is our hand sequence. Start on all fours. One at a time, outwardly rotate your hands so that the insides of your wrists are facing away from your body, and press down. If you're a level 1, make sure to stay with your shoulders over your wrists. If you're a level 2, you can begin to start sitting back onto your feet, keeping your wrists in the same position. If you're a level 3, sit all the way back onto your feet. Hold this for 5 breaths. Next, come back to all fours and flip your hands over so your palms are facing upwards. Keep your shoulders over your wrists and actively press your shoulders down as you press the tops of your wrists into the ground. If you're a level 1, stay here, but if you're a level 2, 3, once again, begin to make your way to seated on your feet. Next, we have Sphinx pose. Start laying on your stomach and walk your hands onto your elbows. Make sure that your elbows are directly below your shoulders. Begin to bend and straighten your arms. As you bend and straighten your arms, make sure to keep them in the exact same position each time. Bring your legs together and begin to kick your feet back and forth. This will release the tension that you just created in your back. Take a few moments in child's pose. You can do this pose with your knees apart or together. Just make sure that you're seated on your feet the entire time. Next, we'll do a tricep stretch in child's pose. So you can stay here, but just flip your hands so that your palms face the ceiling and begin to bend and straighten your arms so that your hands touch the nape of your neck each time. Hold at the end for 10 breaths. Next is a seated tricep stretch. Start on your knees and reach your right hand to the ceiling. Bend your elbow behind your head and reach in between your shoulders. Now, using your opposite hand, grab onto your elbow and press your arm down further. And if you would like to go deeper and get more of a stretch in your side body, you can actually shift your weight onto one hip and pull your elbow down to the ground on the opposite side. So you should feel a stretch in your side body as well. The next pose is a foot stretch called Screaming Toe Pose, and it sucks. So don't say I didn't warn you, but it's very effective. So you're gonna start on your knees, seated on your feet, and then come up to your toes. Then sit back down onto your heels and press your toes into the ground. Breathing is gonna be really helpful here, so breathe here for 10 deep breaths. Step one of your feet up to meet your hands. Take a deep breath and lift up in your rib cage and begin to lean back into a back bend towards the wall behind you. Come back to center and plant the hand on the inside of your legs on the ground and reach towards that hand so you get a side body stretch. Do the same on the opposite side, planting the hand on the outside of your body on the ground. You should feel a stretch in your hip flexor, your quad, and the hamstring of the front leg. Once you've done both sides, you can reach your opposite arm to your front knee to twist your body. Make sure that you're looking in the direction that your body is twisting. If you can't quite grab your knee, you can always leave your arms outstretched. Make sure that your core is tight. This is called standing frog pose. Start with your feet about hips width distance apart. Angle your feet outward to either wall. And then sink your hips down to seat yourself in between both of your feet. If you can, put both of your hands together in between your legs and use your elbows to actively press your knees outwards. Next is our standing separate leg forward fold series. Some of you might know this as a parallel second position. Start with your legs just a little bit wider than your hips this time. Place your palms on the ground and begin to bend and straighten your knees while contracting your spine and your head to the ground while you bend your knees. Grab on to each ankle. If you're a level 2-3, you might need to widen your stance slightly in order to feel the stretch. Begin to bend and straighten your legs. The objective is to try and get the top of your head to touch the floor by pulling your body downwards. Make sure you're actively pressing your shoulders down. Angle both of your feet outward and step a wide lunge out to the side. Begin to move side to side with one leg straight as the other bends. Both of your feet should be angled outwards into the side walls. Next is your seated forward fold series. Start seated, upright with your knees bent and your feet flexed. Grab onto your feet with your knees bent and begin to bend and straighten your legs as much as you can while contracting your head down as you bend. Once you've stretched both your IT bands, come back to center and reach your arms forward into a forward fold. Next is a dynamic IT band stretch. Use your opposite arm to grab the inside arch of your opposite leg and then straighten the leg as much as you can. Twist your body towards the working leg and look to the wall. If you're a level 1, keep your opposite hand that's not working on the ground. If you're a level 2-3, try to reach the opposite hand back to the wall behind you. Begin to bend and straighten the knee and contract your head forward so that your forehead touches your knee each time you bend. Do this 5 times, and then hold for 5 breaths at the end. We're almost at the end of the sequence. Start on your back and bring both of your knees into your chest and hold onto them tightly and rock back and forth, massaging your back. You can flex and point your feet as you wish. After you've rocked back and forward for about 10 times, choose one leg to straighten back down to the ground. Keep the other one bent and close to your body. Keeping both shoulders on the ground, bring your opposite hand to knee and begin to press your knee over to the opposite side so you feel a twist. Make sure that your core is tight. If both of your shoulders and your knee touches the ground, then you can move deeper into the stretch, grab the inner arch of your opposite foot, straighten the leg, and reach over for a twist. Try looking to the opposite wall. Repeat this on both sides.